Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of our Stocks by Request session where we would tackle all of the stocks that you sent via social media. I'm now here in Makati, just preparing for Stock Smart's Manila tomorrow and on Sunday. To those of you guys who registered, I'm excited to meet you all. I'm excited to see you and hope whatever we talk about, whatever we discuss in Stocks by Request and in Stock Smart's tomorrow would be something that would help you gain the conviction on how you can earn and learn in the markets with confidence as well. Alright, so for those who are new to this Facebook post or to this YouTube posting, I do the top 10 stocks that you guys have sent via social media. I analyze them, I break them down with the intent that you are also using it as a reference point to go about your trades and investing. It's not just stock picks, but it's about you trying to learn and see for yourself based on the way we would analyze it so that you can also draw the technicals with respect to your own strategy as well, because I really believe that in the stock market, it's all about creating your own strategy. It's not about relying on what other people say. It's about basing it on sound technical and fundamental analysis, and that's the way to wealth, that you do it consistently and you do it actively and you do it repeatedly. The stock market is not about getting jackpots, but the stock market is finding a strategy that you can use to reach your goals of financial freedom very, very well. Now, quick update, the next Stock Smarts after Manila will be in Cebu for the first week of April, then Korea for the third week of April naman, and then in Singapore we will be there for the first week of May, and then Melbourne on June 2018. So that's it. Let's go to the stocks that you've requested first. By the way, there's a lot of, I think in terms of sentiment, it's more negative this week than it was at the start of the year. There's more sell downs now. You will expect more stocks that are breaking down, or you will expect also more stocks that are relatively not as bullish as compared to the few weeks when we started the year. So the first stock that I'd like to talk about is JG Summit, which for the day, it had the largest volume, it had the largest value turnover. It had around 533 pesos traded for the stock, and it's down 4.99%. But here's the thing, for those who have been following JG Summit and who've been following the technicals that JG Summit is actually pushing out, the stock has been pretty much bearish na ever since. It's been bearish since mid-Feb this year. So because it failed to break out from the strong resistance at around 77.4, the 77.4 range did not actually hold. That now became the support that it did not hold. Price indicators now are also showing us that the stock is still experiencing some downward movements. All momentum and price indicators are showing the stock is bearish. Something happened today, because the stock closed at 64.7. It broke the support range at 66.6. So I repeat, because JG Summit broke down from the 66.6 range, 66.59 range. It closed at 64.7. It's now breaking down again from that specific support range that we're looking at. So should this happen, should the downward movement continue to progress, I believe based on the technicals, JG Summit can retrace and go down further to 61.2 pesos per share. I repeat, because of the breakdown that happened today, it breaking down from the support level, it could possibly go down further to 61.2 pesos per share. So what does this mean for position and quick traders? Because of the breakdown, you're a quick trader, no buy signal. Because the stock is bearish and has been bearish since mid-February, position traders, no buy signal yet. Please be careful, don't buy stocks that are breaking down, don't buy stocks that are low and you think it's cheap already. You have to wait for the trend to turn into your favor. So JG Summit, no buy signal for both position and quick traders. Now, another stock that had a lot of volume, I'm talking about Ayala Land naman. Ayala Land has been, from a fundamental standpoint, I really believe it's one of the best companies out there. However, since we're trading the markets, we don't just buy companies because because it has great fundamentals. We also need a timing element so that we don't buy them while they're going down, that we buy them when we know that there are specific reversal patterns in the stock that will cause us to actually come in. So that's what's happening to Ayala, one of the best fundamentally sound companies that we have in the Philippines. But the technicals is telling us already that the stock is bearish for the short, mid, and long term. It failed to hold around the 42 peso support line, which was a relatively strong support. But because it did not hold that line, the stock is now bearish. So why am I saying this? Because the stock is bearish. The trend is pretty much bearish now. You're a position trader, no buy signal yet. Please stay away from the stock. Do not catch it. Do not catch falling knives. From a quick trading standpoint, because of its breakdown, Ayala Land closed at 41.5 with a value turnover 524 million pesos. Because of that breakdown, a possible retracement could bring the stock to around 39.6 to around 38.9. So I repeat, because of its failure to hold and go back to the support right now, I was actually pegging sana it had a chance to go to 41.7, but it did not do that. Because it did not do that, there's a possible retracement to around 39.7 pesos per share. So please watch that. You're a quick trader, see what happens to Ayala. But price oscillators are showing you that there's momentum downwards still. Price indicators are showing that there's still a change in direction downward for the stock as of this point in time. So money's also coming out. For if you look at volume, while the stock is going out, it's legit that people are going out of the stock as of this point. So position traders, quick traders, no buy signal yet. Position traders, we're not seeing any bullish pattern that's happening right now. For quick traders also, let's see how the 39.7 support range will hold, and if it's actually as legit as what we see it to be. So very consistent, no, because the market is down, selling is happening. A lot of the companies that we're actually looking at right now either is breaking down or has been bearish to begin with. So Ayala, JG Summit, Ayala Land, 2 stocks, no buy signals yet as of this point. Please don't follow your emotions. All right, now let's go with the stock that has been I guess one of my favorites over the past few days. So it's been my favorite ever since it started to break out, and you guys have also requested it quite much. I'm talking about HVN, I'm talking about Golden Haven. Golden Haven though is down today. It's down 2.79%. Value turnover is not as high, 33 million pesos. It closed at 314. With that though, even it being closed, it did not break any support levels yet. Money still coming in, indicators are still bullish, trend is still up, stock is still overbought. So for people who have Haven right now, you're a position trader, stick to the trend. There's no sell signal yet. You're a quick trader, there's no specific reversal patterns yet that are showing. But one thing that you need to consider though is volume is starting to wane down naman. That's only one negative thing that I see for Haven. But as of this point in time, there's no sell signal yet. So one bright spot in a very, very volatile market headed downward as well. Alright, now let's talk about SM Prime Holdings. SM Prime has a different story, on my opinion. It has a different story from Ayala Land. Ayala Land has been breaking down. Ayala Land hasn't been performing as well. Let's look at what SM Prime is doing. SM Prime, by the way, is SM Prime has closed at bagal. I'm waiting for my internet, and by the way, this is the Manila Bay sunset. So let's see if aabot ng sunset yung video na to and how far it actually goes. Oh no, my it's not, the browser is not loading. Let's see how it goes first. The chart, kasi what's amazing about SM Prime, I'll just try to do this from memory while we're trying to wait for it to actually load. No, what's amazing from SM Prime was there was a support level at around 35.25. So that's the strongest support level for SM Prime, for SMPH. You've seen it already since the start of 2018 that every time it stays above that level, there seems to be some buying presence protecting the stock not from falling. So the upward movement that you've seen in SM Prime today is pretty much because of it hitting the support level. So why am I saying this? As long as SMPH stays above 35.25, position traders, you can continue to buy at that level. quick traders, you can continue to buy at that level as well. So buy as close as you can to 35.25 for both position traders and quick traders. For quick traders though, first target price, first possible resistance that may hinder the stock is at 36.6. Breakout from 36.6 will bring the stock to 37.2. Breakout from 37.2 will bring the stock to 39. So I repeat, bounce from 35.25, it will bring the stock to 36.6. That's not as a strong resistance, but if it breaks out from that, it will go to 37.2. Breaks out from 37.2, target price is 39.6 all the way to 40. So different fortunes for SM Prime Holdings, as it is more bullish than Ayala Land. So between Ayala Land and SM Prime Holdings, I'm picking SM Prime as of this point in time, as long as 35, the 35.25 support level will hold as of this point in time. So let me fix my browser. My internet is not as good, it's not working, no? So this delay is brought to you by our telco providers giving us slow internet since early 2000s. Oh no. I was supposed to discuss also MRC, no? MRC, what's amazing about it, yesterday it was down, the stock was down, there was a large red candle, but today's upward movement further validated still the bullishness that we're seeing in the stock. I repeat, the movement up today further validated the bullishness that there is in the stock. So what does this have to do with everything? If you are a position trader and you are a quick trader and you are positioned in the stock, as of this point we don't have a sell signal yet. Feel free to maximize your gains, feel free to hold your positions. Ayan, the internet is now loading. Thank you so much to our telco providers. The stock is up 5.44% at 0.77. Value turnover is very high at 473. So again, as what I've mentioned, the upward movement that you're seeing is pretty much based on momentum. It's pretty much based on all of the oscillators still showing us that it's still bullish. So why am I saying this? You have MRC and you're a quick trader and you're a position trader. Hold on to your positions yet. Don't be faced by what's happening by the market in general, because you're not buying the entire market, you are buying a specific stock. So you hold MRC, no sell signal, position, and try to maximize your stock to the fullest extent of what it can be. So next one, we've talked about stocks that have been good, we've talked about stocks that have been breaking down, we've talked about stocks that are still doing well, we've talked about stocks that are bouncing. Now let's talk about stocks that have been doing bad. Not just now, but they've been bad when the market was good. I'm talking about CHP. If there's a stock that's one of the worst performers, one of the not so impressive stocks that you should have avoided in the IPO, stocks that it's not earning so well, stocks that's heavily laden in debt, stocks that's not so good, that's CHP. And the chart is also validating that CHP is still bearish, short, mid, and long term. Short, mid, and long term, the trend is still down, money still moving out, oscillators are showing it's bearish, moving averages are telling you not to come in yet. The only reason you want to buy it is if you want to take a risk that you believe that the 3.67 is a support. It's not as strong. My advice to all of you is, as of this point in time, quick trading, avoid. There's still no reversal signals yet. There's no significant bounce that have been shown yet. For position traders, lalo na, the reversal point for CEMEX as of this point in time is at 5.6, and it's still a great way off. So please don't buy CEMEX just because you think it's cheap. Just you're saying, how low can it go? We don't know. It can go to 1 peso for all we know, because this is a play where the stock is not good, the fundamentals is not good, and the chart is also telling you not to come in. So just to recap first, just to give you a mid-tier break, JG Summit and Ali are breaking down. Golden Haven still bullish, no sell signal. SM Prime has bounced. MRC still bullish, still up, no need to sell the stock. CHP sucks as it can be, it's not going anywhere yet as of this point in time. Next stock is a stock that bounced. No, it's one of my favorite fundamentally sound stocks, and from a trading from a fundamental standpoint, it's something that's very, very good. It's something that's very, very nice to hold that position into. However, what's nice about it is the stock dropped a few days ago, then it hit a level of support, a very, very strong level of support at 48.7 pesos. I'm talking about pure gold. So for those who bought pure gold from the bounce from its support at 48.7 pesos per share, I repeat, for those who bought pure gold from the bounce at 48.7 pesos per share, please continue to hold on to your stock. Pure gold right now is let me check. Pure gold right now is unchanged at 52.2. So if you hold the stock still, I think it will still try to challenge the resistance. So the resistance for pure gold is around 54.21 pesos per share. So why am I saying this? If you bought at 48.68, that was a buy signal for position traders, because that was a strong support level from a trend perspective, and for quick traders also, that was also a buy signal as well. So quick traders, those who bought at 48.6, 48.7, target price is 53.9 or 54 pesos per share. As the stock approaches that level, it might experience some level of selling. So why am I saying this? Please watch out. That's an 11.6% gain, and you can take profits if the stock or if pure gold fails to break out of 54.6 pesos per share. Now for position traders, as long as it stays above 48.6, we don't have any sell signal yet. If it goes back to 48.6, holds above that level and bounces above that level, you can continue to buy more, add more, and use that as a way for you to make money off of that stock as well. So now you have to understand this. People are saying that the market is negative, the market is not doing well, the market is not so good. But you have to remember, you're not buying the entire market. There are stocks that are still doing well. There are stocks that, like SM Prime Holdings, that are bouncing, and pure gold that's bouncing, and there are some stocks that are not so fundamental, not so big of a, that doesn't have a big market cap like HVN and MRC, where there's no sell signal yet if you're positioned in the stock. Next, it just gets even better, guys. You have to remember, as long as you select your stocks well and you time it well, money can be made in the market. The next stock I'd like to talk about is something that has performed really well, a stock that has broken out from resistance. No, I'm talking about CEI. Who among you has CEI? CEI, it broke out from the resistance of 0.265. I repeat, CEI broke out from the resistance of 0.265. Because of that, we're still seeing an upward progression. Price and momentum oscillators are still bullish. You own CEI, no sell signal yet as of this point in time. CEI is also up for the day. I believe it's up around 8.2%. It's at 0.33, so it's still progressing in its uptrend. Even momentum oscillators are not showing as a sell signal for the stock. So you own CEI, you're positioned into it, you bought at the breakout of 0.265, no sell signal yet. You're a position trader, no sell signal yet. So quick traders, position traders who hold the stock, you may position, you don't need to sell, you can just hold. Your goal, as of this point in time, similar to what we did in Golden Haven, similar to what we did in now, is to maximize your gains. And for those who took profits, transferred into CEI, very, very good. That's how money is made in the market. You sell, take profits, and then you transfer it to another stock that has a potential to go even higher as well. Alright, so next one. I'm excited. It's almost evening, it's almost sunset in the most beautiful city in the world. For me, nandito tayo eh. It's our responsibility as Filipinos to make the most that we can in this country, and this is the most patriotic thing that we can do, to invest in our country. The best thing that we can do is to help build this country. Don't mind the politics, don't mind the negative news. You build your own financial destiny, and for me, it's really about helping you guys reach your goals of financial freedom using the stock market. 3 more stocks. Now, we're going to talk about now. Surprisingly, now is still requested very well. No, for those who've been following my updates on now, I've mentioned that there has been already some short-term triggers to take profits, especially if you're a quick trader. So I repeat, there has been significant areas already for you to take profits if you're a quick trader. For now, just go to my previous videos. It's uploaded already in YouTube and in Facebook. But now today closed at 13.08. Value turnover still good at 361 million. It's down 2.39%, but as what I've talked about in the previous videos, this all stems out from it. This all stems out from it failing to break out from 17, and it failing to break out of 17 poses a lot of trouble for now moving forward. So another thing to note that there's no solid and legit support yet for now. As let's check up. Let me just adjust this moving average. I'll change it to something that's slower. There. It's still consistent. The moving average for now that could possibly be its support is around 10. I think that if 13 will continue to be a sell point for now, it may continue to progress downward and hit around 10.5, 10 pesos per share. But if it fails to hold dead, it can retrace to around 7. The game is still through. It's now starting to consolidate. All of this again is brought about by a failure to break out of 17. So quick traders, there's a lot already of sell signals already for quick traders. It won't be a bad idea to take profits. For position traders, pretty much the trend is still bullish. Long-term, mid-term indicators are still showing that the trend is still headed up. But for quick traders, there's nothing wrong in taking profits at the stock for this point in time. Those that are holding it are position traders as of this point. Alright, so next, I want to talk about Megawide naman. Megawide has been talked about in the news a lot because of its position in the construction and its position in the airport scene. No? Megawide as a stock for today, it pretty much, let pull the chart, is down by 1.41%. It's at 21 pesos per share. This triggers already a sell signal for all of you guys. Why am I saying this? If you watch the previous videos, we've noted a buy signal from the bounce of 18 pesos per share. There was a very strong support at 18. I repeat, there was a very strong support at 18 that Mega World bounced sometime mid-February. So for those who bought Megawide at the bounce on February, and you're a quick trader, you may now take profits. I repeat, for those who bought Megawide, because of it bouncing from the 18 peso range, you may now take profits if you're a quick trader. If you're a position trader though, the stock is still bullish, no sell signal yet. So two different readings for Megawide. Position trader, because it failed to break out of 21.7, you may now take profits. For position traders, the trend is still up. You may hold your positions. So congratulations to those who bought because of our buy signal from 18.6. You guys are doing very well. And lastly, I'd like to talk about FGen, another stock that's relatively bearish as of this point in time. No buy signal for FGen. The stock is bearish short, mid, and long term. Similar to CHP, please avoid the stock at all costs. There's no reversal signal. For quick and position traders, please avoid the stock as of this point in time. So just to recap everything that we've talked about, FGen, CHP, no buy signal no matter how cheap it is for both quick and position traders. JGS, Ali, they're breaking down, no buy signal yet. Please go back to the retracement points that I've mentioned that you can look for. SMPH has bounced. Pure Gold has bounced as well, so just follow the progression of where it's supposed to go based on the video that I mentioned here. Now also may retrace to the next support level, and MRC HVN and I think CAI are still in a bullish movement upward. So that's our top 10 stocks that you guys requested. I hope that videos like this help you. I hope videos like this help educate you so you make the right decisions when it comes to your investment as well. So that's it. Keep on posting, keep on asking your questions, and I'll try to make as much videos as I can to help educate you about the basics of the market. Because really, that's why I love doing this, because I just want to educate you, that you guys, especially those that are not in the Philippines, so that these videos hit you, help you, and that you get equipped so you gain the confidence to make money in the markets. Because I'll say this over and over and over again, that more and more Filipinos are looking and watching out for you guys, because they want to see you make it, they want to see you prosper, they want to see you guys do very well. Because if you do very well, a lot of people will believe that money can be made in the Philippines, and a lot of people will believe that it can be done here, and I know it can be done here, that this is the greatest time for us to do what we can to make this country great. Because I believe that the Philippines is meant for greater things, and the country will only be as great as it's because of its people. So it's time to carve out our own destiny. It's time to carve out our own path towards business, towards financial freedom. And I do hope that I help you. I at least be a part of your journey towards financial freedom. So that's it. Stock Smarts Manila this weekend and all across March. Then I'll be in Dubai a week after this. Then Cebu, Korea, and probably Davao this April. Then Singapore, we will be there this May, and I think Iloilo also in May. Then June, we'll be in, where's this? We'll be in Melbourne, Australia, and I'd like to announce ICON 2018, the largest conference here in the country that talks about investment. So I'm excited to see you all there. I hope this helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. Marvin Germo from Makati City. See you all again soon.